What's up, guys? So I'm back. This is where I'm going to teach you how to create a slide in Illustrator. I already designed something. It's not a real event. I just put something together, and so we're gonna recreate this. So the first things first. We already did our artboard setup in the previous video, so that's the same size here that you see here. If you notice, there's a background in this picture. So what I did was I basically went to let me just X out of that, allfreedownload.com, and clicked on free photos, and I searched for a really nice photo that I thought would look good in the background. And so the photo is called Beneath the Eiffel Tower. So you can search that up yourself and download it. Yeah, so basically what I did was I brought it in and I resized it to the size of the canvas. So you see it right here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to hold down the Alt key. I'm using a Mac, so if you're using a Windows computer, I'm thinking it's Option. I'm not sure.
Control.
Or Control. The Alt key. So I'm pressing the Alt key, and then I click on the picture, hold it down, and drag it into that tab that I want it in, and bam, it's there. So I'm gonna put that as my background. Okay, so then what I did was I went over here to the left, and I chose the rectangle tool, and I think I could just press M, and the rectangle tool also comes up. And I started from the side of the artboard and I dragged it all the way to the other side, and right now it has a gradient of this color, but we're just gonna go ahead and change it. For you to find the list of colors, what you can do is go into the color option up top, and you can click on this arrow here, and it says open swaps library, and you could just go ahead and click which swap is this? Okay, yeah, so go into gradients and then seasons. So that's the one that I have open on my panel right now. So you click that arrow, you go into open swatch library, gradients, and then seasons. Okay, that's gonna give you these pictures, these colors that I'm using here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click that color because that's what I used here, and I think I messed around with it a little, but let me see. Yeah, so this color right here, just drag it here. Okay, bam. So that's the color I use. Now in order to, so what I did, let me just explain to you what I just did, because let me just go back. This color and that color is kind of a little different. So what I did was I clicked on this color that I wanted, and I went over to the left hand side where this big square at the bottom that says fill, and I clicked on it and held it down and dragged it where I wanted it to show up, and that's the color that I used up here. Now after I get this in here, I want to be able to see the background. So what I did was I went up here, let's first click on this box, and I went up here to opacity, and I brought it down to probably like 90, I think like 96, right? So now we're getting that nice red feeling that we see here. Okay, so our background is set. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. If you wanted to show more, you could just play around with the opacity, and you could bring it down even further, and more can come out and be seen. But I think that I like my 96%. Not too much, but it still brings the picture out. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this this suit into the the picture. Now I already have something already pre-cut out because I had created a Father's Day slide before, but let's go to, okay, so here it is. I already created this. So like I said, hold on the Alt key, click on the picture, and drag it into the tab that you want it in, and then just let go the mouse. All right, so we have our bow tie, our tie and suit here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my mouse to the edge of the photo on the right top side. Now I'm gonna hold on the Shift key, and then I'm gonna click and pull it to the size that I want it to be, so that the picture will look, the picture will keep its proportions and get larger. So that's what the Shift key does. It helps to keep the proportions even while you are enlarging the photo. Now if you notice, this pang, it has, like, you can see the background from right there at the neck, and some discoloration. Also, you're basically seeing the background through the suit because it's a pang file and it was altered a little, like I did a little playing around with it. Now in order to fix that empty space, what I did was I went back to the square tool and I clicked on it, or you could press M and it'll give you the square tool. And once you do that, just go ahead and create another square. Let's change the color to white. So we go back up here and change the color to white. And then we're gonna come back and just have a little white. Let's make sure we stop like right here. We don't want it to pass that area. And then we're gonna go ahead and right click on that square and go into arrange and just hit send backwards, or command and that sign right there. Bam, and that's fixed. So you don't really notice that something was missing from it. We could pass with that. So that looks nice. We don't have to worry really about right here because it could be like the background is reflecting onto the suit, so we could get away with that color right there. Still looks good. So now let's talk about this area where you see like it's a little bit darker than the actual background. So what I did, I went again to the square tool. I went to the square tool and I clicked on it and I created another square. Let's create another square about that big, and I chose black. We're gonna make it black, and then we're gonna go up to effects. Let's go back to the arrow first. We're gonna go to effects and blur, and we're gonna choose Gaussian blur, and we're gonna hit preview. Okay, and that should be good. Yeah, so a 10 is good. So what that really does is that it blurs out the edges of the artboard, so it doesn't look as defined as a so we'll just leave it at 9.9 and hit OK. Alright, so don't worry about it. It looks really dark right now. We can just go up to the opacity and we're gonna bring it down probably like a 19. Okay, that seems like that's a little bit too much. Let's bring it to like a 25 and see what that does. Yeah, 25 is nice. And that's a 20 up there. Well, let's make it a 20. Okay. Alright, so we made it a 20, and we have a nice background where we can now start adding text. Okay, so to add text now, let's start with the 2016. So what I did was, if you notice, there's like about 2 different 2016s here. You have the silver looking color, and then you have the orange in the background. So let's go ahead and hit the type tool, or T, and click anywhere and just write 2016, right? Okay, and I'm using Pixima Nova. I don't know if you have that on your computer, but if you don't, just choose, any of the fonts that you might like. Yeah, I'm using Typekit with that font, so you might not have it. I have it with Adobe. All right, so hold down the Shift key and just drag that to a nice size that you might like. Okay, maybe we'll make it a little smaller. Yeah, probably around there. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it. We can either hold down the Alt key and press on it and drag a copy of it off, or we can hit Command C and then Command Paste, and it creates another copy. Okay. With a Windows computer, I'm guessing it's a Control C and then Control V. I don't use Windows computers as often, so I don't really remember the commands. But I'll try to, put that into later videos as we go along. Alright, so we have two copies here. We're going to go ahead and click the first one, and we're going to right click and create outline. We're going to choose the create outline option. And what that does is allow us to put gradients on text. So in order to have a gradient on your text, you have to have it in an outline format first. Okay, once you do that, I chose this color. Let me see which one. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. Yeah, I think I have the same color, but I think I switched around some stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have that selected and pull this onto this. So now we have, should work. Doesn't seem like it worked. Let's see. Okay, so okay, so it's applied now. So now we have that, and then we're gonna choose this one. Let's see what color this was at the underneath. Okay, so I already know what that is. So we're gonna choose this one, and we're gonna click that. Oh, see, it didn't change because we didn't create an outline. So we're gonna go ahead and right click this font right here and click outline, create outline, and then we're going to click back that orange. Okay, great. So gradient. Alright, then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna send that to the back underneath and have this to the front. We're just gonna line it up a little like that. Yeah. Alright, there we go. We have our 2016 there. So it definitely looks like that orange is way too bright. So let me see what orange I used here. Oh, I brought the opacity down. I'm like, I know that's the color I chose. Alright, so we're going to bring this opacity down to 61. Okay. And it kind of gives it, kind of calms it down because we don't want the two colors to be fighting with each other. So there you go. You have the 2016 there. Now we're gonna press the T again because we want the text tool, and we're gonna start typing. I'll put our cap locks on. Sorry, I clicked something wrong. Our text tool, and we're going to put on our cap locks, and we're going to say man talk. Okay. Alright, so we're going to bring it over here, hold down the shift key again, and enlarge man talk to a nice size. Make it just a tad bit better. Alright, that looks nice. That's probably a little bit too big, so let's tone it down a notch. Right, like that. Okay, so we got man talk right here. I'll bring it up. And again, to duplicate it, we can either put Command C for copy and then Command V for paste, or we can just right click. Hold the Alt key and just pull one out. Hold down the Alt key and click on it and pull one out. Pull a copy out. Okay, so that's there. Now let's go back to the first one, and we're gonna do the same thing we did for the 2016. So we're gonna go ahead and click on that 2016 and just drop that color. Let me see if that pull that color onto. Oh, see again, it didn't change because we didn't do create outline. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do that. And then the bottom one, we know we want it to be like that orange color underneath here. So we're going to go ahead and click that orange. I keep forgetting. Create outline. And that orange color. And we're going to put that down to a... I think that opacity is different on that one. Yeah, that's a 68 and the other one is a 61. So let's bring this opacity down to a 61. 68. Okay. And we're going to put that up here like that. We're going to send it to the back. We could either right click and put arrangement and send it to the back. I'm going to do that. Let's do that so you know how to do it. So right click and arrange and send to back. And that will send it behind the lighter color. And then we're going to just move it into the position that we want it. Okay. Yep, and we just gotta move it up just a tad bit. And there we go. We have man talk. And the other colors are fairly simple. We go back and hit the text tool. We're gonna write in November. Keep our cap locks on. In November or any date, if you know whatever date you choose. November 23rd at 5 p.m. Okay. We're gonna bring it over here and we're just gonna make it the size that we want. So hold on the shift key and I think that's good. Just make it as big as man talk. And so we're gonna go ahead and just make that create outline and hit this gradient here that we have for the others. Okay. So what happened is I think I toned that down as well. to like a 47. So let's put that to a 47. Okay. And if you notice, this one looks brighter than the others, and that's because I copied and pasted a few times. So copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and I have, and I just sit them on top of each other. Okay. And if you notice, it's getting brighter. The more you pack on top of each other, the brighter it gets. Just measure it up. Yep. Okay, and then put this one up there. Yep. And we don't necessarily need the last one because it's getting pretty bright. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete that one. Yeah, and it's coming along. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is hit the T again. Next time I'm just going to, let us type out all the text first, and then we can just edit them as we go along. But since this is already what we're doing, let's go ahead and write Christian, the T, Christian Life Center Church. Right? And we're going to go back to the selection tool up top, and then we're going to just grab and hold it, pull it where you want it to be, and we want it here. We're just going to make this bigger, so whichever, yeah, I think it's good there. And again, we're going to go ahead and create an outline, and we're going to choose the same color as before. Now with this, I think we also have the opacity at a lower opacity here. Yeah, 47. So we're going to go ahead and make this 47. Okay. Then we're going to copy and paste it a couple times. Just paste it a couple times. Oops. Alright, so we copied and pasted a couple times, and we just pull it here on the Christian Life Center Church, and bam, we have our Christian Life Center Church. And I think this is a little too bright, so I'm just going to delete one of them. Okay, I think that's good now. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just making this a little bigger, and I'll teach you guys how to use the select tool to play around with, the designs and so forth. I made that too long. It's a tad bit longer. Alright, I don't like it. Let me go back. Alright, that's fine. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the text tool, and we're going to write Reverend Dr. Turns D Day. And it seems like this one, not everything is capitalized. I might change that later on, because I think I like the capitalized letters better. And we're going to go to the text tool again. I'm just going to create all the text so that you don't have to wait. So Bayview Avenue, Amityville, New York 11701. Click off of it and create another text, and that's going to be the website www.clcconthemove.org, and then the phone number. I just made up something. It's not real. Numbers. Okay, so we have all our text. Let's pull them over here, so we can have everything ready to go. Now, first things first, before we finish the letters here, what I wanted to do was so I'm going to teach you how to group things. Because we have multiple things here, when it's time to move them, you know, it's going to be all over the place. You can't grab both of them together. So in order to control what you already created, you don't want to mess it up. What you can do is just hold the mouse. An easy way to do it is just hold the mouse off of the canvas, press down, and just drag into where you want highlighted. And I know it's going to highlight the background. It's going to highlight, you know, the other dark area that we created. But what you want to do is just hold down the shift key after you release the mouse, you know, and it shows what's highlighted. Hold down the shift key, click on that blue line that highlights the background, and I will click that off, and click the inside as well. And this one, the dark background, we want to click that off as well, and there you go. You only have the text highlighted that you wanted. And then go ahead and hit Command G, and that will group it. So now when you want to move it around, it moves together. Okay, I'll just hit Command Z to go back. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do this really quick for the other letters that that we created to save time. And just group it. Okay. Alright, now, so all of that is grouped. Let's go to here, and we're going to make this not that big, but enough to be legible, because we don't want to take away from the information that we really want to share here. Alright, so let's go ahead and create outline for that, and hit that color, and we're going to go ahead and adjust the color soon. Opacity 46. Okay. Don't worry about it being dim. We're gonna fix that. Create outline for that one. Choose the color. And we're gonna create outline for this one and choose the color. And we're just gonna make it bigger so it's legible. We want them to know where to go for this event. Okay. And don't worry about it being lined up right now. We're also going to fix that. I like to do those at the end once I know I like how my text looks. I usually then go ahead to line in the paper up. Okay, so that looks good. Alright, so let's work on the Command C and V. Just paste it like 2 times. Just put it on top. Okay. And do the same for this. Bring it down a notch to 46. Command C, Command V. Put it there a few times. All right. Oh, before I delete, before I copy it, I forgot to change the opacity to 46. All right. Copy, paste it twice. Let's pull it. All right. So everything is good, and just group it. Okay, so everything is grouped. Now let's line it up. What we can do is highlight Man Talk, November, the place, the pastor, the address, and we're gonna go to the align tool, and we're gonna fix it all up. Okay, here's the align tool. We'll just click. If you can't find the align tool on your window, you can just go to Windows and just click on align tool, or Shift F7, and that will open up the menu for the align. So we're gonna align the objects. We're just gonna center them to each other, and bam, everything should be aligned. And so that was a piece of cake. And we kind of want to make this box just a tad bit more, more visible. Let's bring everything up. Hold on the shift key to highlight as many things as you want. Let's move it up a little over. Right. Yep, and that's basically it. And I'll just copy back this watermark for the church that I'm doing this video for, and just pull it down here, and that's the whole video. Right. Just gotta make a copy here. Have to bring it to the front, and that's it. So that's how you create. I know it's a little long. Probably I'll make a new one that's more to the point, but for the most part, that's how I made a slide to go up on the Christian Life Center Church website for their slider. All right, until next time, when I create a new video, I'll let you know. See you later. Okay, bye. If this was helpful to you, please like this video below and subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/Catherine Ajajo. Until next time, don't forget to visit kdesignswow.com.